Assalamu alaikum, this is Khalid and you're watching the first episode of Arab Guy playing on PTCGO, where I go playing on the Pokemon trading card game online and play some games with my commentary. This is basically similar to Arab Guy playing on BattleSpot, except this isn't the 3DS game, it's the card game, the Pokemon trading card game online. So expect more or less the same, I guess kind of the same style, except it's the card game. I've been considering how to make this work, and in the end I decided to make focus on one deck throughout a week, and from there, like, regardless if I win that episode's game or I lose, doesn't matter. As long as it's a good game, it'll be there. So it's one game per episode due to how long it's going to be. It's not like the VGC where two games can last you normally up to 30 minutes. But this, it can last, it can very easily last 30 minutes depending on how long the game goes. But with that aside, I guess let's jump in and I'll show you the deck I'll be using this week. By this week, I mean until this week's, or at least this month's tournament, which is on the 17th. So I'll be playing this deck to basically for myself to prepare. I don't mind if the other players which I'll be playing against on the tournament over there watch this. I've always been rather open about my deck lists and my decks in general, so I don't mind. I tend to place second, so that's something. Anyway, this is my deck. First thing is, let's start with the Manectric. Manectric EX, very strong card ever since it was out, 170 HP. Overrun does 20 damage to the active and 20 to the benched Pokemon. This is kind of okay, especially with 1 energy. So with 1 energy it becomes actually quite strong. And the second attack, it costs 1 lightning and 1 colorless, and it does 60 and plus another 60 if your opponent's active Pokemon has a tool attached to it, which they usually are. So that's a very nice boost in damage for just two energy counters. I mean, 2 energy cards. And alongside with it, we're playing the Mega Manectric EX with 210 HP, and it has one attack which is Turbo Bolt, which does 110. And whenever you do that attack, you can attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile onto one of your benched Pokemon. So basically you do a very strong attack, and at the same time you set up another Pokemon to start attacking. Usually it's for another Manectric, but it can be used to power up even other Pokemon, even at different types. So it doesn't matter, it doesn't specify lightning energy. You can just attach like 2 grass energies onto whatever you have in the bench, as long as you have that energy in the discard pile. So that's our main attacker for the deck. We have 2 or at least 3 supporting Pokemon which will be sitting in the bench hopefully most of the time. We'll start with the Spinarak. String Shot, flip a coin if it's paralyzed. Nothing much here. The reason why we are using this is for its evolution, which is Ariados. Its ability, Poisonous Nest, it poisons both active Pokemon unless it's grass type. And you're thinking, okay, Manectric isn't a grass type, so how are you going to deal with that? It's actually, I've been trying it out a bit, and surprisingly you have actually quite a few opportunities to use this ability. Like Mega Evolving, that removes the status effects. Switching also removes the status effects, and it helps. It turns the what's called the Turbo Bolt, Mega Manectric Turbo Bolt, it turns it from 110 to 120, which can make a difference, and the poison damage adds up over time. I've been actually using something else in place of this, which was Victory Bell, which allowed you to poison and confuse. But since the rotation, that deck hasn't been too consistent due to the lack of certain supporters like Colress and then. So the other supporting Pokemon is Skrelp. Nothing much here. Spit Poison, flip coin if heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. We're using it for Dragage, which with its poison barrier ability, which prevents your opponent's Pokemon to retreat if it's poisoned. So you can see how this deck works. Poison the opposing Pokemon, lock it from retreating, and beat it up while it can't run away. And the last supporting Pokemon is Shaman EX. This is like a standard in any competitive deck. Usually there's at least one, but that's like the bare minimum. 2 is what I feel to be the best amount. Its ability setup is whenever you put it onto your bench, it allows you to keep drawing cards until you have 6. So you use something like Ultra Ball, which we have 4 of. Ultra Ball allows you to discard 2 cards from your hand. So like if you have 3 cards in your hand, you use Ultra Ball, discard the 2 other cards, and then get the Shaman from the deck, and then place it onto your bench, and you get 6 cards. If you already have 6 cards in your hand, you use Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, you get the Shaman, you play the Shaman, you have 3 cards in your hand, so you draw 3 cards. So that's really, really, really good. Since we finished the Pokemon, let's start focusing on the items. First one was the Ultra Ball, which I talked about. It allows you to get any Pokemon by just at the cost of 2 cards from your hand. It's always good getting the Pokemon you need at the right time, or setting up my setup in the bench, or getting that Mega Manectric out. Battle Compressor is useful so I can dig out the energy and put it into the discard. It allows me to search for 3 cards and put it into the discard. So, and it's not just energy. I can get rid of certain cards I don't need. So let's say for example I'm going up against a grass deck. I don't need. I can't poison, so I don't need Ariados. I don't need Dragage. So just get rid of them. I don't need them. We have 1 Super Rod. So we can get some Pokemon to help us out. Let's say we discarded the one of the Dragage, and the other one is prized. So we can use a Super Rod to get it out, plus maybe 2 energy or 1 more Manectric, or some sort of combination like that. It's kind of good. I used to use Sacred Dash, but usually I don't find myself needing to revive or at least get 5 Pokemon from the discard. 5 is a bit much, and getting that 1 energy out is useful. We have 2 switches. This is mainly there just in case in my starting hand is Spinarak or Skrelp or even Shaman, basically something I don't want. I can use it to switch it out and put Manectric instead. And it's also useful in removing the poison of the Manectric. So let's say you have 1 Mega Manectric out, since it has free retreat cost, you could use Poisonous Nest, retreat the Mega Manectric, and then switch whatever you switched in. Switch it out and bring back Mega Manectric. So that's one thing I can do. Uh, Next up we have Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and pick a trainer card except the Trainer's Mail. It's very good for consistency, just to like just dig through your deck a little bit just to get what you need at the right time. That thing is always doing something like that is always important. 4 versus Seekers. Basically every deck has 4 of this. It's a standard. Um, it allows you to put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. It also goes well with Battle Compressor, which allows you to discard supporter and then immediately use it if you have it. If you have Verse Seeker in your hand. Next up is our first supporter I'll be talking about. It's the Judge. Both players need to shuffle their hands into their decks and then draw 4 cards. It's very good, especially if you want to disrupt your opponent. And at the same time, sometimes it's good for us in case we don't want to. I mean, we just want a new hand of 4 cards, or just help us in case we're almost decking out or something. Next up we have 2 Lysander. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with one of his or her active Pokemon. It's really good. I have 2 of it. Just force that switch onto my opponent. Just pull something out of his bench and knock it out. That's always really good. Or sometimes just make a switch my opponent doesn't like and put him in an awkward position with, like, let's say I use Lysander onto something that can't retreat easily, so that helps me a lot. So just so I can stall the game a bit and set up for myself. We have 4 Professor's Birches of Observations. Shuffle your hand into your deck, flip a coin. If heads, draw 7 cards. If tails, draw 4 cards. It's good, especially if you get heads. It's always good if you get the heads. Professor Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Always good, especially if you don't need anything in your hand. But it can get awkward in case you want the stuff in your hand, but you need to use Professor Sycamore. Things can get really awkward. 1 Skyla. It's kind of like the Trainer's Mail, except I can dig through my entire deck to get whatever I want. But it's a supporter, so it's not good to use Skyla for a supporter, because I can only use 1 supporter per turn. 0-Sick, it's kind of like a tech against many things. It can it allows you to discard a Pokemon tool or a special energy card attached to any Pokemon. There's lots of uses to this. Lately I've been finding myself using it almost every game, or at least against most decks I'll be using it. 2 Rough Seas. Once during each player's turn, that player may heal 30 damage from each of his or her water or lightning Pokemon. So this goes well with Mega Manectric. If you have like multiple of it, you can like rotate between them, and every turn you're healing 30 damage. So every time you have like a healthy Manectric out in the field, able to take some damage. The other stadium in the deck is Silent Lab. 2-2 stadiums is kind of weird for this deck, but I find it to be very good, or at least that's just my preference. Silent Lab disables the ability of basic Pokemon that are in play. So let's say Shaman. If that stadium is in play, Shaman's ability is disabled. You cannot use Shaman's ability because it's a basic Pokemon, and you cannot use its ability. Usually I play it like in the first turn, or like I finish setting it up, I mean, if I finish setting everything up, then I play the Silent Lab. Then my opponent cannot play Shaman because its ability is disabled. It cannot set up for my opponent. And the last trainer card in the deck is Manectric Spirit Link, which allows Manectric to Mega Evolve without ending the turn. Because if you read here in the Mega Evolution rule, when one of your Pokemon becomes a Mega Evolution Pokemon, your turn ends. So this card is needed. Basically, every Mega Evolution, every deck that with a Mega Evolution needs it. And 8 energy cards, 8 lightning energy cards. I've tried 9, I've tried 7. 8 seems to be the best amount when you have Mega Manectric. I mean, the bare minimum I need is 6, but 2 more just for consistency, or in case I discard something because I'm forced to, or you never know. 8 is a very good amount. So with that, aside, so let's start playing with the deck. And interestingly enough, the ladder got a reset, and you can get that Manectric EX. Where is it? Manectric Ariados. Let's see our first game for the day. We're going up against Psychic, Lightning, and Colorless. That almost sounds like either Manectric Bats or Night March. Would you like to go first? Yes. We may not need the Ariados or whatever here. Okay, this is a nice hand here. Though I'm not sure about losing these two, but let's see what my opponent has here. Okay, Night March. I definitely need to attach this. Should I attach the energy, or should I Sycamore and then hope for energy to attach to the benched? I feel attaching should be fine, and I'll use Sycamore. Nothing much here, but if we get, let's see if we get an Ultra Ball. We do get an Ultra Ball. We'll discard Lysander and Skyla. And I want to get a Shaman, but that's a bit risky. I'll get another Manectric out. Bench it. Use the Trainer's Mill again. I'll take the Sycamore. I'll use Birch for sure next turn. I cannot attack, of course. I'll use the Birch next turn. I just took out the Sycamore just so we do not throw it the next turn. So let's see. Night March can get really scary really quickly, so I hope that doesn't happen. Night March does 20 damage times the number of Pokemon in the discard pile with the move Night March. So you can see he's using the Battle Compressor, looking through his deck, discarding Pokemon with the Night March attack. The first Pokemon to go is Lampent, usually, because of how because there's no Litwick in the deck. Interestingly enough, he discarded 2 Lampent and 1 Pumpkaboo. So that means 2 lampants are prized. That's really good for us. I'll not place the rough seas and I'll use blue birch. We got tails, that's fine. I'll attach the spirit link and use assault laser for the knockout. My opponent here doesn't seem to have a nice start at all. Kind of unfortunate for him. I wish I did not get the Versus Seeker from the prizes. I wanted to use the Sycamore. Okay, he's burning through his deck. Acrobatic lets you throw one of the top 2 cards of the deck. And my opponent concedes. I know I said I'd make 1 game per episode, but for cases like these, I feel it's better to make another episode. I mean, it's better to make another game. So we win 25 points. I mean, 25 tokens, which is good. Play another game. So my opponent has a fully psychic deck. That sounds like Wobbuffet Bats. I want the coin flip. Do you want to go first? Of course I want to go first. If it's Wobbuffet Bats, going full Manectric is the best. Okay, it's Mewtwo with Vanishing Strike. Okay. Though no Shaman, which is interesting. Okay, we start with 2 Manectric, which is perfect. Okay, we see the double colorless. We have the 0-Sick. Okay, we see the enhanced hammer and team flare grunt. That's quite a few mulligans we're seeing here. Yeah, we're getting tired of this, kind of. Alrighty. Do you have only 1 basic Pokemon or what? Okay. If I have no Pokemon, do you want to draw a card? Yes. 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 Is that 5? We'll bench that. Okay, that's the damage change Mewtwo. That's my biggest fear. And I'll attach this. I'll use... Should I use Skyra? Yeah, I'll use Skyra. No problem, to be honest. I'll use Skyra, get the Spirit Link. Attach it here. Use the Trainer's Mail. Should I get the Trainer Science Lab? He did not have Shaman. We didn't see anything except the Mewtwo, but I'll play it anyway. It's not like I need the Shaman, to be honest. And okay, I think that wasn't a good play. Anyway, we should be fine. I'll use the Ultra Ball, discarding the Tragage and the Ultra Ball. And I'll get the Spinarak out. Of course I cannot attack, so I'll end my turn here. Okay. There we see a Spirit Link. This is why I kept my hand. We see Scatter Shot for 30. I kind of want to... Let me see, what does Scatter Shot do? This attack does 30 damage times the amount of psychic energy attached to this Pokemon. So next turn it would do 60 damage, which isn't much, to be honest. Okay, here's the deal. I attach this 0-sec and discard the Spirit Link. And I'll Assault Laser. I just don't want it to get too big really quickly. I know he'll end up digging through his deck, but I think playing safe is good. There we see another Psychic Energy. There's a Skylab, probably getting another okay, getting an Evo Soda, which is interesting. He just ended the turn. Okay. Don't want to lose these though. Anyway, I'll just go for it. Attach this here. We don't have any energy in the discard, so just use this and Assault Laser once again. I'm not entirely sure what my opponent is doing here. Does he have another Mewtwo EX in the deck? Okay, so he's doing now 90 damage. He had a Mega Mewtwo X for some reason. I have no idea what my opponent is doing here. Okay, there's the damage change, giving me that 120 damage, which is okay. What I want to do is attach this here, Birch, get heads, and okay, this is looking good-ish. Mega Evolve the benched. Attach this here. Attach this here as well, because why not? We'll seems like we'll need it to handle the damage change shenanigans. We'll retreat to this, discarding one energy, which I'll be using to attach to the other Manectric. Turbo Bolt. Attach to this. We need to get the what's it called, Rough Seas out as soon as possible. There's that Lysander. What's he going to Lysander out? Okay, no Lysander. Okay, this is getting mildly annoying. What do I have here? I don't think I need the Darkazia, to be honest. So I'll just go... I'll Super Rod it out just in case. Use Sycamore. Okay, we get Rough Seas. Do we get Ultra Ball? No. We'll keep things as they are. I will attach this here, evolve this guy, and use Poisonous Nest, poisoning that Mewtwo EX. Retreat onto this Manectric and Assault Laser. Things are looking a bit weird. This is a very weird deck. Okay, there's another Mewtwo. This time it's the Photon Wave one. It's different than this one with the damage change. This guy's trying really hard to just go full out with the Manectrics. I mean, with the Mewtwo's. There's a damage change. Thankfully, since we have the poison up, it will hurt him over time. I'll use this again. I see no reason to... Yeah, I'll just Sycamore. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll attach this energy here. And Assault Laser. Just keeping up the pressure. So now he's at 80. He could damage change, which is fine by me, to be honest. There's that DCE going onto that. I will use Zero Sick to get rid of it. Let's get Zero Sick out. And we get rid of that DCE. Just making things awkward, more awkward for him. We'll use that. At 50 HP, if I do 110 HP, I mean 110 damage, he'll be at 160. So if I retreat into this Manectric and Turbo Bolt, we should get the knockout with the poison. Attach this here. I mean, yeah, put this and attach this here. And gets knocked out. Oh, okay, and my opponent gives up. This is actually my first time dealing with the damage change Mewtwo. I'm glad it worked out fine. The poison from the Ariados showing its work here. It's when you first look at it, you're thinking it's just 10 damage. Is it going to do much? But with Mega Manectric, 10 damage can mean everything. Especially against in Mega Manectric mirrors with Rough Seas up. So you do 110 damage, but then with Rough Seas it goes down to 110, 190, 80. And you use it again, you're just like how much? Yeah, you're doing sorry, 80 plus 110 is, sorry, my math is terrible here. It becomes 190 damage total. So with poison in the first turn, you do 110, 120, minus 30, it becomes 90. And then once again you attack, I mean, in between turns, it becomes 100 again, and you use Turbo Bolt once again, and the total damage becomes 210. So perfect maths. It's very underrated, to be honest. So it's going to be a fun week using this deck, preparing and practicing for this weekend's tournament. So hopefully you'll join me in the next time. Next episode I won't be explaining the deck again, because if you want the explanation, it's there. It's in this episode. And hopefully I'll see you next time. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, hopefully.